Danny Baker's Breakfast Show. Weekday mornings from 6. Danny Baker on BBC London 94.9.
Hola, I found a just before Mark and Lard good enough to be with us, but just before that I found this version the weekend, Ola, and who do you think's about to start singing here? This will be, I think it's You Make Me Feel Brand New, right? It's a version of it that I can duet for the first time. You thought that was all hot air with the Russell Thompson Jr. last week, Ola, didn't you? Well, now I'm, for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, Russell Thompson Jr. and Bruce Forsyth with the Stylistics, You Make Me Feel Brand New. Bruce, if you want to lead us in, and you'll hear me when I come in. I promise you, it's not on the original recording, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Bruce Forsyth.
My love, I'll never find the words, my love, to tell you how I feel, my love.
It's just for Mark and Lard's benefit. This is a work in progress. This won't be the finished thing. It's not what you're used to on network radio, but this is what we do around here. Hang on, what's that?
Could not explain.
Actually, Graham, could you bring us some water, because Russell takes it out of you a bit.
Precious love, you held my life within your hands, created everything I am, taught me how to live again.
You're welcome.
Only you
Cared when I needed a friend, believed in this truth thick and thin. Her song is for you, filled with gratitude and love.
Everyone.
God bless you. You make me feel brand new.
No, it wasn't bad. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. But Bruce and I duetting on I just want to put something on for the fellas, because they think we idle mornings away here, ain't we? And that kind of thing's been going for weeks and weeks and weeks. When I found Bruce did a version of it, I thought, well, here we are. It's like Natalie Cole singing with Nat King Cole.
That's the first time I heard you do that, Dan. It's very impressive.
Bless you. Now, for the rest of the show, I will remain cross-eyed. Mark and Lard will be with us.
How are you doing?
Good, happening all over. As you can hear, I'm in the middle of a solid gold bit. And you're here to promote what is it?
Ourselves.
This what? No, come on. What is it? What is it you're going to actually be doing?
Well, let's get out. Have you seen it? It's Mark and Lard's Football Nightmares. Have you seen it?
I have. Do you know what? The cover's around now, but it would break my heart.
If you haven't seen it, there you go. You've seen it.
It's Mark and Lard's Football Nightmares.
Yes.
I'm betting that this is, the grandson of a former project of mine.
It's an oeuvre with which you're familiar.
It is,
I
indeed.
think.
Well put.
How were you approached to do it? How comes you gentlemen...
Furtively.
Yeah.
We were approached furtively, weren't we?
They said, we've fallen out with Danny Baker.
Yeah.
They said. We're looking around for some other chances.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But is there much footage? Because I know when I was towards the end of doing these ones, that all of a sudden clubs said, oh, you can't have that, you can't have that. Did you have a wish list of clips you wanted on it, or was it presented as a fait accompli over there?
Obviously, I mean, being Man City supporters, what we generally wanted was an hour worth of United gaffes.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get them for some reason. So, they've been through, and it is the usual, isn't it? It's like,
but don't say the usual. These are the gifts that keep on giving, and I know they sell like gangbusters, so, fingers crossed for you and all of that. So, are you actually voicing it over, or just appearing between the clips?
Just
both.
The back.
Both. It's a kind of, what is it? It's a kind of...
Brideshead Revisited.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's shot entirely on location at our country pile.
Yeah.
And,
it's Kind Hearts and Coronets meets Match of the Day.
That's very good of you.
It is.
Aiming a little high, but I'm thinking, if anyone can carry it off, it will be Baddiel and Skinner. Because the other, Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy, I always call him Jimmy Chew, because he chews your ear off when you talk to him. Jimmy Nesbitt. He's got a kind of similar vehicle out.
Has he?
But, yes, he has. It's a similar vehicle.
It's entirely inferior, of course.
I wouldn't think it's quite as bespoke as this, but...
I mean, the thing is, obviously, there's only one of him.
Yeah.
That's a design fault. But he can't help that. That's the way he was born.
It's a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what is it like growing up in the shadow of the great great behemoth that is Manchester United. Honestly, does it give you a siege mentality?
Yes, of course it does, you know, and that's why, I mean, if we're honest, you know, I mean, the old cliche of all United supporters coming from outside of Manchester isn't true, but we perpetuate it, don't we?
We do. We try to perpetuate all those myths. I mean, actually, it's over the last. It is obviously difficult, but the weird thing is, over the last 3 seasons, we've had 4 points a season off them.
Yeah, they're new bogey team.
It's like, yeah, we are their bogey team, which is a role we enjoy a lot. Obviously,
the most
you know.
recent one. I mean, you know, the 0-0.
Excuse me, the 0-0 to us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, and then you've gone over an hour, or is it conveniently just under an hour? 59 minutes. Are there any Easter eggs on it? You see, it's a DVD.
You won't know what an Easter egg is. You've not even got a DVD player, have you?
Don't you know what Easter egg is?
I haven't got a DVD player.
It's just about the most pointless thing since the bonus track they used to call hidden tracks on CD.
Yeah. Right.
It is supposed to be, just for the nerds, a way of finding hidden things on the... You may not even know it yourself. It's what they do in editing, and you have to get your remote control and press up, down, left. I don't know if you ever did cheats on computer games. It's the same thing.
No. No.
I did cheats at drafts. Well, that's any good.
If you do certain things, there's websites devoted to it, and even your favourite films, if you do watch them on DVD, you do certain things with your remote control, and up will come hidden scenes. Why they do it, I don't know, because they're open secret. Do you know if there's any on these?
There's loads.
There's extras, loads. Yeah, just buy them. Just spend days and days.
Loads of Easter eggs.
I mean, the great thing is that, you know, like they have extras and Easter eggs and that, and it's all kind of people getting a couple of things wrong. Well, me and him are that bad. Obviously, there's about 15 hours worth of Easter eggs on there, just me and him getting everything wrong.
It's one big Easter egg, really.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, they should have put it out at Easter.
This suggests a rather large budget if you were allowed to do things again. Wasn't something I remember getting the largesse to do. And so tell us what's on it. What sort of things are on it?
Well, there are the usual football kind of scenarios.
It's the usual.
Yes,
but
that's what you want, isn't it? You do want people falling over and missing nets and all that kind of stuff. There's also some great footage of the Dutch pop idol, isn't there?
Dutch pop idol rejects who did a half-time entertainment. Is it at Eindhoven?
Yeah, I think it might be.
What kind of line does that take? What are they doing?
Well,
they're doing Simply the Best. And he's enjoyed it, actually. I don't think...
it's simply the worst. It really is. And the crowd are all holding the white flags up and stuff, but they don't go off. They keep going on and on. And that's very funny. You know, it's football style because it's on a football pitch.
Who did the greatest, possibly the greatest miss of all time just the other week for Blackburn, wasn't it?
Not Carnu.
Yeah, Carnu.
West Brom.
West Brom, West Brom.
Yeah.
Both Carnu. That just too late for it.
No more than 3 feet.
No
more than 3 feet out.
That was a great miss. That one.
His foot's about 3 feet long, isn't it?
I think he got size 15 boots or something.
Yes, he
couldn't find him anywhere when he first came to play.
For what it's worth, gentlemen, this will be my. I'm handing on the flame live and on there. This is the one to buy. I'm saying.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Too late for the box here. You know, if I hadn't been sued by the company who we made them from the old days for an off-air story I told you, but all true. But this sounds like you put the right spirit behind this, because there are 2 or 3 people. I think it was the actor who was in Men Behaving Badly. What's his name?
Martin Clunes, Neil Morrissey.
Neil Morrissey. Neil did one. A nice enough fella, Neil. But, you can tell when people have been grafted onto a project, so to speak. And he, I saw him once, and I said, "Who do you support?" He said, "Well, I'm in London. I'm Palace supporter, but I'm kind of Stoke when I'm back up north."
Don't work, does it really?
No, it doesn't work. No, they're having the 2 teams in that.
Yeah. We didn't accept him, and we needed him.
Yeah, of course you did.
At
one time
yes,
you did.
No, you're a part-timer, you can't.
Are you Palace, are you?
Right. I'm a Millwall supporter.
Yeah, I know you're Millwall.
By the way, just to round it up, Amy's a Burnley supporter just over there.
Burnley?
Yeah, I know. But via New Jersey. What a weird height.
How did that come about, then?
Well, my partner's from around those parts.
Oh, well, okay, that'll do it.
She goes and everything. She's not...
Do you?
No, I've been on the pitch at Turf Moor.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. I have
I saw the footage on the news.
Isn't it right that when...
Put that in your gaffs.
When they were... isn't it... We should have put this in the gaffs. I heard that when they were putting... You know, they put the team's colours in the seating.
Yeah.
So you get claret and blue seating on the... That when they were revamping Turf Moor, they started putting Burnley in the seats, and they started 1 block too far to the right.
No.
So when they finished, they got to the corner and it spelt Burnell. Isn't that right? So that, they had to pick them all up and move it all back again. That's the Y was going to be behind the goal.
One of the greatest bits of what I forget they call them now, the social espionage or probably concept art, was when Preston put in the Tom Finney stand. You know, and then they've got Tom Finney's face picked out of the seats. Somebody got in overnight and painted large drop earrings on him with some white paint. Absolutely. And there was Tom looking off towards a better future with one large drop earring as they went down the seats there. And again, I suppose that's on yours, is it?
Oh, absolutely. It's an Easter egg.
I believe it was on one of mine. I wouldn't like
Still queuing on the M25 clockwise between junctions 8, 9 and 10. That's following an accident earlier. Also slow clockwise 11 to 12. Anti-clockwise heavy into the roadworks 16 around 13 this morning. The M4 around towards Staines. Anti-clockwise junction 18 looking slow at Chorley Wood. Also looking heavy at the moment clockwise over the QE2 bridge. We had a broken down vehicle which has caused delays from junction 30. So heading it from Essex into Kent. Anti-clockwise looking heavy around junction 28 as well. Now if you're making your way towards the M4 coming in towards London, slow from junction 4 to 2, Heathrow down towards Chiswick. Up in North London, big problems for Golders Green Road, the A502. That's closed eastbound at its junction with Finchley Road. Eastbound traffic's being diverted via Hodford Road and it is looking very busy up there. North Circular westbound, heavy near the Clock House interchange. Queues back to the Great Cambridge Road. That's the A10 interchange. Also heavy for the North Circular heading eastbound from Staples Corner down towards the Neaston interchange. Over in West London in Isleworth, the A316 Chertsey Road, eastbound heavy at the Whitton Road interchange. And in Shepherd's Bush, Holland Road remains closed again and will do for the rest of this week between the southern roundabout and the one-way system. Also the West Cross route remains closed, southbound coming down from the A40 at the northern roundabout into the southern roundabout. West Norwood, fuel spillage for the A215 Knights Hill, northbound at the junction of Cotswold Street. It's a diesel spillage outside the station which is causing some delays. And in Rainham, a breakdown for the A13 at the Goulsbrook interchange. It has cleared from the entry slip road, but traffic is still looking generally very busy around there this morning. Public transport, severe delays for the District Line. The Circle Line, no service at all clockwise between Aldgate and Edgware Road, and anti-clockwise a reduced service, so long delays. We've also got Midland Main Line troubles between Bedford and St Pancras, which is affecting Thameslink trains between Bedford and Brighton as well. That's due to line damage between Elstree and Boreham Wood. London's weather, most places will remain dry and mild with sunny spells. Top temperature this morning and this afternoon, in fact, 13 degrees Celsius, that's 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Kate Allen, BBC London 94.9, next travel and weather at 8:30.
The headlines are claims that the government's decision to downgrade cannabis to a Class C drug has caused confusion, meaning more people are being caught with the drug across London. Chief constables in England and Wales are warning that they're struggling to pay for the extra responsibilities police have taken on and the challenge of tackling high-tech crime. And the government's supporting a campaign to persuade people to switch energy supplier. It says those who change their gas and electricity supply for the first time could save £100 a year. BBC London 94.9, it's 8:17.
You're listening to London's radio station.
Good morning.
Hi, what do you want to say on BBC London 94.9?
John Gord's weekday mornings from 9.
My daughter knows boys are rubbish. She's 17, she knows what they're like.
Why does she know they're rubbish? Because she goes to a mixed school?
She goes to a very high-achieving school, and she knows what they're like.
Girls do learn better without boys around. Of course, if I'd have had sons, I would not be choosing that school.
Listen, we're all hypocrites.
Your opinions, your experiences.
Some people listening to this, Anita, would say you're a bad mother. You're encouraging your daughter to have
I'm
sex
not encouraging
under
her.
the age of 16.
She's still under our control, because at the end of the day we say to her, when you're paying the rent and buying the jeans, then you can make those decisions.
John Gord's weekday mornings from 9 on BBC London 94.9.
Mark and Lard, good enough to be with us, promoting the football nightmares. It's always going to be a variation upon that, and I find the always difficult thing is as well doing that for the cover. And I bless you for making literally a good fist of it there, but doing that, two fists up, pretending to be watching a television set.
We were watching a television.
Well, yeah.
There was nothing on it, but we were watching a television.
I thought it looks like an orange light shone in your face to give the
but through a television. Let's get it right.
It was a cross between a television and a light box. Right, you should be a professional. Nobody else will spot that, but so don't tell them.
It is a long day, that, isn't it? And in fact, if I might keep leaning on my own ones, the last one I did called Freak Football, I think, the makeup girl put my hair in bunches for a laugh, and I walked back out on the floor, and the fella turned the camera away and took this photo of me as a schoolgirl. What did they use for the cover? I promise you, it was just that. Well, why?
That's
it made
always
no sense.
the way. You do a photo shoot and you do all looking smouldering and sexually sort of enigmatic.
Well, steady on.
Well, we try. And then at the end they say, just drop your pants, and give yourself a centre party. We won't use that one.
It's just for the Christmas tape and all of that, and that'll be that. How's yourselves these days? How's corporations treating you and stuff?
We're good.
No, we're all right. Yeah. We're not so good right now because it felt like about 3 o'clock in the morning. It brought back on breakfast show horrors. Mark and Lard's breakfast show nightmares. Well, we did that. That was out for about 7 months, wasn't it? 9 months, was it?
And how do you look back on? I don't say it didn't over, but how do you look back on your time? Have you had run-ins with the corporations? Because in a little tree house over here, we're pretty much left alone, which is a wonderful thing. You find there are still places you can go and work whereby people will say, do this, or even that ridiculous old saw, don't talk over records, which I never understood.
They left us alone again, didn't they? I mean,
they did leave. in fact, you know, it might have been better if they hadn't. They left us alone and we screwed it up, didn't they? Perhaps someone should have come and said, hey, what are you thinking doing? It's all wrong, this. It's rubbish. The figures are going through the floor. What are you playing at? This is national radio.
It was quite funny. We suggested. We knew that it was wrong. We knew it wasn't working and we hated it. I mean, we loathed the breakfast show.
I mean, you know,
this was just our time on the breakfast show. Everything else we've done has been an unmitigated triumph.
But why did that have to? Why did it work out so? Because you're talking, you know, it's a leaf out of my diary we're talking about here. Sometimes, you know, you feel, well, you know, the great honour of doing a breakfast show, and it still is around here.
We thought so. I mean, we used to dep for Chris Evans, and it was quite, you know, enjoyable because it was different and unusual and all that kind of stuff. But when you're doing it day in, day out, and if you're not a morning person, I mean, I really do have the utmost respect for people who can do it every morning because it's a nightmare.
Especially with no records.
You could
take 3.5 minutes off.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So you didn't mind once they said, you know, they don't want to do the mornings anymore. It really was.
It was a relief. Mercy killing, that's what we've always said, I don't know, we come straight from doing night time, you see.
Yeah.
Like night to breakfast, that is a real leap, you know. I mean, it's kind of completely different. And I think we tried too hard. We were trying too hard. It's like, you know, so it didn't sound like two blokes enjoying themselves, it sounded like two blokes, you know, trying too hard. So since that, we've made it a point that we don't try very hard at all.
No.
I think to our credit that shows that we've put very little into it.
I mean, I remember when they told me Dave Lee Travis used to get, I think it was about 13 million, and they came and told me that the show's getting like 8 million, and I'd made up. I said, you're kidding. I mean, I'd come from Radio 5 where I was getting 1. I said 8. I said, oh, bless you, I knew it could turn around. I said, no, you've lost 6 million. 8 million? You're kidding? For all them in 1
Well, you know, that's what the hoary old DJs do, isn't it? I mean, they just trot out those figures from like the dark ages when there was one station. You know, I mean, it's easy to do.
And no Walkmans, no MP3s, none of that. All of that, of course.
But it was a kind of badge of honour, wasn't it? In the Matthew Bannister era at Radio 1, of which we were a part and you were a part.
Yeah.
You know, if you hadn't lost 5 million, you weren't really in the club, were you?
I'll tell you who tippy-toed away from that in the history books. You know, there's me doing my little dog and pony show at the weekends. But who was on every day at lunchtime and manages never to get tarred with this brush? Step forward, Emma Freud.
Emma Freud.
She had a lunchtime show there.
Emma
Freud. She's, we've suffered enough. Let's move on now to Mrs. Richard Curtis, shall we?
No, she can probably say.
We named the guilty woman who took it down the toilet. So,
I tell you, they're having to sit there and waiting for Adrian Just to come on and pick it up off the floor.
He said about me, by the way.
Wait till we go, they'll have us too. God, you and them too. God, that was all.
This does appear to be a half hour of self-regarding nonsense, but we are here promoting something which is Mark and Lard's Football Nightmares. What's the opening clip on this? What's the first clip on this? Always crucial.
The first clip on this, Mark.
I can't remember, what is it?
It's me and you, innit? It's me and him. It's a large sort of sweeping shot of the big stately home in which we live.
Oh, okay. And I see. So this is not a bunch of clips. There is a story arc.
There's a story arc.
There's a story arc.
Safety with guns is the main message, I think you'll find.
Well, doing football phone-in shows is, again, I've been over the years, and now other bums and nitwits, Danny Kelly has come in to do that. But we did some of the things we used to talk about which you can't get on things like here, and I'm sure your own experiences in football ground reflected, like animals in grounds you don't often see a lot anymore.
You don't get got some of that.
Have you got a little animal? Oh, you've got a bit of that in there,
yeah, if that ended up in the final cut, I mean, that's just so fresh off the press, it's still shrink-wrapped, you know, but there's an old station in there somewhere.
And there used to be a wonderful, absolute obnoxious, in the real sense, actually stunk to high heaven tramp that used to always be at the old ground at Mill Wall, standing 2 or 3 in front of us, and eccentrics in football ground and stuff. Right. You've seen Man City wax and wane over the years. Morrissey, of course, was a big Man City fan, which he tries to bury, used to write letters to the enemy about that. And over the years, what have you seen inside Main Road of note?
It used to be, I mean, the woman, I remember going as a kid, there's a woman with the most spectacular, sort of welded into place, peroxide beehive hairdo. This woman would have got a job in the B-52. She looked like the B-52's mum. She used to sit behind the goal and just ring a giant bell all the way through the game. Every clip of Joe Corrigan in front of the North Stand has got this woman,
like the beginning of Please Sir behind.
Do you know what? She's still there. She still goes.
She's not got the bell though, has she?
She's not got the
flower store outside Manchester Royal Academy.
That's right.
There's a fella behind us who for 2 weeks had a big bass drum.
Well, the bass drum guy at Millwall, I remember it. him.
Season ticket behind that is just what you want.
And of course, in the comedy way, it was eventually put over his shoulders, and he was toddled off out of the.
I'm always quite impressed. This is someone from Blackburn. The Blackburn supporters had when they celebrated Paul Dickoff's traditional penalty against us when he comes back to the. I mean, someone in the Blackburn crowd who had a drama. I'm always quite impressed with people who can be bothered. I mean, I can barely be bothered to take me tickets.
I know.
It's like you say, right? Like you've just been waved off from home. You after the match stuff? Yeah, you got your drum.
I have the big drum.
The big drum.
Tell you what, he's a drummer in the band. He can't even be our second drum.
The greatest story we ever had, though, about was home. I was doing once homemade stuff. He took to the ground, the scarf, the hat that was too big. Because there is a shot of the station's own Danny Kelly, and he's scoured the archives, and no reason to disbelieve him. He's a big fella, Dan, but he's got a very round face, hasn't he? Like a snowman. And his mother made him a bobble hat, and a large, which dwarfed his head, and he said it just had this big cone on top, and he's there behind he knows the game and everything, with his little round face. So we started talking about the homemade stuff that your parents had made. My brother once made a rattle, and painted it himself, and he's not dyslexic, but this day he was, and he painted up the loins on the other side.
Do you remember the wooden bow tie?
That's the best one. About stealing time here, gents. There was a fella, which is the spirit of the DVD, let's put it there was a fella who, he said, well, what happened was, I had, my father made me, he was a Dundee supporter. My father made me, and he had a great, like Ivor Cutler-esque voice. His father made him a big wooden bow tie to go to Dundee. I said, what are you talking about? He said, it's about 3 foot across in plywood. And I said, a bow tie? He said, it was affixed with a dog collar, and it really chafed under my chin the 2 times I wore it, the big bow tie. So he said, and I said, Father, I can't do this anymore. He said, so he thought about this, took the dog collar off the back, nailed it to a broom handle, and I went there like I was at the front of the Roman legions, holding the plywood bow tie 3 foot on top of, and it is that corporate football is driving. So let's just give some other bits and pieces that are on here. So you must recall some other favourites that are on here. Who's on there falling over? Who's on there?
I tell you what's excellent is Trevor Sinclair pushing Lauren in the back and forcing an own goal for Manchester City.
I don't know this. Go on, tell me.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
Circumstances.
I mean, at the time we denied it. Well, you know, Arsenal were defending. Trevor Sinclair, who's not really done the deed for us, if we're honest. Well, this is a good moment, and it's the only City moment on there, I do believe. But Lauren's running back towards the goals with it. And of course, Trevor Sinclair just gives him a nice little push in the back. And I'll tell you what, he scores an own goal, and Lauren doesn't even go. He doesn't even bat an eyelid. He looks and go, referee, did you see that?
That's David Seaman, isn't it?
Who would be the worst player you've seen at Man City over the years?
Oh, now then.
Against stiff competition and in the teeth of opposition, who would be the worst player you've seen there over the years?
It's a long list, unfortunately.
Michael Frontsek is up there, isn't he?
I can't.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of one that people might know who don't support Man City, really.
I'll tell you what, there's one guy called Matthias Vuoso, and Keegan bought him for $4.5 million, I think I'm right in saying. He never played one game, and then he went back, I think somebody took him in Mexico, and we ended up getting £1 million back for him. We'd never seen him play. They saw a video, and we seemed to think it was one of those where the agent's going, he's hot! You missed out on macaroni, you best get in there. Like, yeah, alright, we'll have him. £4.5 million.
£4.5 million.
£4.5 million, but never even made the bench, did he?
£4.5 million.
I saw him playing the reserve match, and apparently it was a joke in training. He'd try and, just with an empty net, he'd try and score, and he'd just balloon it.
But will you ever rise again, so to speak? Do you think the boat has gone there? Because I sometimes think, I mean, obviously in Millsport, we think the Man City is a very big club. But clubs like, you look at your Sheffield Wednesdays, indeed your Huddersfields and all that, and parades can pass by now more than ever. Do you think there is room for walk and weave in football? Is it all over now? There's those 3, there's 04, and that's it.
Well, it's looking like that, really, to an extent, isn't it? And it's the also runs. But I mean, you do forget we were sort of halfway down the 2nd division as well, playing Colchester.
We've stared into the abyss. No offence to Colchester.
Oh, plenty of It's one of the few clubs we can look down on. Both of us. Yeah.
No, I mean, you think we're being those games, losing 1-0 at home to Bury in the 2nd division at Main Road, and you think,
you did, didn't you?
Think, oh my goodness, I mean,
who's your other? Didn't Stockport do Man City as well recently as well? Yeah, you have been down there.
And so we're sort of quite happy with it at the moment. I mean, and also, where's the nobility in just getting a load of cash from? Where is the nobility in just going out shopping?
Don't envy them at all. You've got to go down to come back up again, and nothing.
Well, we're good at that.
Yeah.
So
as Ian Dowie said earlier on in the season when we were bottom of the table, that's the thing. I don't mind being the bottom because there's only one direction you can go in.
Yeah.
Actually, there's 2.
Relegated.
And he went, no, that's what I meant.
Have you got? We're out of time. Have you got sections on it for the dozy quotes and the dumb quotes?
There's some good. What's his name? QPR.
Ian Holloway.
Yeah,
Holloway.
That's it, Holloway, yeah.
What's he saying, do you know?
It's a famous one where he describes his, the match as like picking up a bird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's on there, is it?
That's on there. That's good stuff.
You said there's only one Man City, so that means Keegan ain't on there going, you know what? If we beat them next week, I'll love it, I tell you.
That's uncanny. Kevin,
that's an Easter egg.
That should be an Easter egg. When he turned,
you doing it, not him.
He turned, yes, exactly. He turned, didn't he?
He did.
Absolutely.
Bluebeard.
And I tell you what, if we beat them next week, I'll love it, I tell you. Give us the details.
Well, Mark and Lard's Football Nightmares is out today on DVD, and for those of you that still have video players, it's out on video as well.
Oh, quite. That was very good of you.
I'll get a video then. I'll go and buy one now.
Very good, Mark. Thank you very much indeed, gentlemen.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much.